There's a moment every so often in the financial world when something that had been quietly building beneath the surface suddenly bursts into the public conversation, and people start saying, "What on earth is going on?" That's exactly what's happening with silver right now. Anyone paying attention to the metals market over the last year or so could feel a kind of tightening, a kind of pressure that didn't fully make the headlines, but was impossible to ignore if you'd lived through past cycles. And now, as more Americans begin searching for safety, stability, and honesty in their investments, the silver price is suddenly gaining momentum in a way that's waking people up. It's not a shock to seasoned investors, it's a confirmation. Silver tends to move slowly for long periods, almost like it's sleeping. Then, at certain key moments, it springs to life. We're in one of those moments now. If you're over 55, retired, or working your way toward retirement, you've seen this before. You've watched assets cycle. You've watched markets surge, stall, struggle, recover. You've lived through inflation waves, political turmoil, global uncertainty, and central bank decisions that felt more like experiments than careful stewardship. And through all of it, you've likely noticed a pattern. When fear rises, when debt grows, when the dollar weakens, when people lose trust in institutions, silver starts to heat up. Not because it's trendy, not because it's being hyped, but because it's built into the very structure of the global economy. Silver isn't just a precious metal, it's an industrial metal, a monetary metal, and a scarcity metal all at once. When economic pressure and industrial demand rise at the same time, the price naturally responds. Silver's surge right now comes from a mix of forces that have been building for years. On one hand, you have inflation that hasn't really gone away, despite whatever optimistic headlines may suggest. Prices across the board have risen, and retirees feel it more than anyone. The dollar buys less than it used to. Savings don't stretch the way they once did. Everyday life simply costs more. That kind of pressure pushes investors toward assets that historically hold purchasing power. And silver has always been one of them. Then add in the global uncertainty, the political tension, the questions about the long-term strength of the dollar, and you get another layer of demand. People want something real, something tangible, something that doesn't depend on a politician's promises or a bank's stability. But the biggest part of silver's recent momentum isn't emotional, it's structural. Silver is one of the most indispensable industrial metals in the world. It's used in solar panels, electronics, energy systems, medical applications, batteries, and technologies that are becoming more essential every year. And unlike many industrial materials, silver is finite. It's consumed faster than it's mined. Many experts refer to this as a supply squeeze, not because mines are shutting down, but because demand is growing faster than supply can keep up. Industrial companies don't care about price. They care about function. When they need silver, they buy silver. And when that demand collides with investment demand from retirees, savers, and institutions trying to protect themselves, prices naturally push higher. That's what's happening right now. Not a bubble, not a lottery moment, not speculation. It's the release of long-term pressure that's been quietly building while most people were watching the stock market, the housing market, or corporate earnings. Silver is doing exactly what silver does when the world gets uncertain and supply gets tight. It responds, it rises, it wakes up. Now, if you're retired or near retirement, the real question isn't, why is silver going up? The real question is, what should I do about it? And this is where wisdom matters more than excitement. I'm not here to give personal financial advice. You know your situation better than anyone. But I can tell you what experienced conservative retirees often do when silver starts moving like this. They don't chase, they don't gamble, they don't go all in. They simply decide this might be the moment to add some stability, some tangible protection, some real metal to their financial life. Some choose a small allocation, Some choose a moderate one. Some focus more on silver because it historically carries a bit more long-term upside when cycles shift. Others prefer gold for its steadiness and complement their gold with a meaningful amount of silver. There's no right answer for everyone. That's the beauty of precious metals. You tailor them to your comfort level and your goals. Many retirees find that silver makes sense as part of a broader mix of assets that gives them confidence. Maybe that's 5% of their overall savings. Maybe it's a little more. Some hold physical silver coins. Some incorporate silver into a self-directed IRA. Some keep a combination of easily accessible metals and long-term retirement metals. The important thing isn't the exact number. It's the security you feel from having something real in your hands, something no one can dilute, something that doesn't rely on a system working perfectly. And if you're thinking about taking advantage of this moment, this window where silver is rising because the world is shifting, then choosing the right partner matters. You want a company that understands the needs of retirees. You want clarity, honesty, and education, not pressure, not hype, not inflated promises. That's why so many Americans over 55 have turned to Augusta Precious Metals. Augusta has built its entire reputation on transparency and trust. They don't hide fees. They don't confuse you with jargon. They don't shove you into decisions. They walk you through everything step by step. If you want to understand how physical silver or gold works inside a retirement account, they'll explain it. If you want to know how metals are stored, they'll show you. If you want to ask the same question 3 times until you feel comfortable, they won't rush you. Augusta specializes in real, physical gold and silver, not paper products, not speculative metals, not risky mining stocks. They're known for helping retirees move a portion of their savings into tangible metals that can bring balance and stability to their overall financial strategy. They work with you to understand your goals, your comfort level, and your structure. And they focus on protection, not speculation. That's why financially conservative Americans trust them, because their model is built around education and long-term peace of mind, not slick sales. Now, let's come back to the heart of this moment, because the urgency isn't about fear, it's about timing. Silver doesn't stay quiet forever. When it moves, it tends to move in waves. Sometimes those waves last months. Sometimes they last years. And right now, the early signs of one of those long-term waves are starting to show. Industrial demand is rising. The dollar is under pressure. Central banks are buying metals at record levels. Investors are quietly shifting into physical assets. Governments around the world are grappling with debt. All of these forces create an environment where silver naturally strengthens. The key is that you don't want to be reacting after everyone else has already moved. You don't want to jump in when excitement is high and availability is tight. Silver is one of those assets where supply limitations can lead to delays, premiums, and scarcity. You saw that in past cycles. When demand jumps quickly, dealers run out of inventory, premiums spike, and retirees who waited end up paying more or having fewer options. That's why preparing early during the early stages of momentum matters. This isn't about predicting the future. It's about understanding patterns. It's about seeing the writing on the wall. It's about taking steps now rather than scrambling later. And if you're wondering how much silver makes sense right now, again, there's no universal number. Many retirees choose a blend of gold and silver, with silver often making up a meaningful but not overwhelming percentage of their metals allocation. Some like the idea of holding enough silver to give them both stability and upside potential, especially as industrial use accelerates. Some prefer a smaller amount, simply to hedge against inflation or dollar weakness. Your comfort is what matters. The goal is not perfection. The goal is protection. The reality is that heading into this next period of economic uncertainty, silver offers something rare, a combination of affordability, safety history, and long-term demand that few other assets can match. You're not buying a trend. You're not betting on a miracle. You're positioning yourself for stability. And if the price continues rising, as it often does in moments like this, you've already established your foundation. What matters now is that you take action while you still have time. Not because the world is ending, not because disaster is guaranteed, but because you've lived long enough to know that markets change faster than most people expect. Silver is moving for a reason. The world is shifting, and this is your chance to step into the next chapter with confidence instead of uncertainty. You worked too hard, too long, and too faithfully to let volatility dictate your retirement. You deserve stability. You deserve protection. You deserve to sleep well knowing that part of your wealth is anchored in something real, something enduring, something that has outlasted every currency, every government, and every financial trend in history. If silver is rising now, and it is, it's because the world is signaling that tangible value matters more than ever. Listen to that signal. Prepare, while preparation is still affordable. And if you want guidance from a company that treats you like a human being instead of a transaction, reach out to Augusta Precious Metals. They understand retirees, they understand protection, and they understand the world we're walking into. This is your moment to take control. This is your moment to stabilize your future. This is your moment to ensure that no matter what the markets do next, you remain steady, protected, and confident. Silver is moving, and now is the time to decide how you want to move with it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch this one next. Have a great time, and goodbye.